at all information. And it looks like we're off.
Yeah, let's go. And starting at the house here.
Yep, I do like what Mclagging is doing. Just check what is in Link's house, then just go directly to the Dark Chapel.
Yeah, that's my usual strategy as well. Hope you get bombs for Hype Cave, and if you don't, just go straight to the Dark Chapel.
Looks like Matt is trying to set up for a tree pull here. There is a pull you can do off of one of these statues right here. And we do have a Dark World map check. That is a really good tree pull, because now he can just go directly into Hype Cave.
I didn't see the map. Anything interesting there?
I noticed, I believe, 2 pendants. I couldn't tell you which ones they were, but thankfully our tracker did.
I guess we have to wait on the tracker.
Yep, Palace of Darkness is green pendant, and Misery Mire is another pendant. Oh.
Yeah, that's not great, but not terrible, I would say.
That blue mail can save Matt's life,
yes,
and Mclagging's once he gets it, especially if we have to see an early boss fight or an early delve into a dangerous dungeon.
And we'll have to see about Quake if it's required. I mean,
typically, yeah, and typically Quake is one of the least useful ones, just because it doesn't actually kill, as opposed to the other two. All right, Mclagging has found a hammer here in Skull Woods, so that's something. Whereas the Stump Kid has a lot of money for us.
That's nice. It means you don't have to do the arrow game to farm money. You can just go straight to the dig game.
Mclagging setting up a nice bomb boost here. Unfortunately, just gets the compass. One good thing about the Skull Woods play, especially what Mclagging is doing, is you do get some bombs out of it.
Yeah, it's a nice way to farm some bombs early. Taking a couple of deaths here and there to just get the bombs. To just get more bombs. You can take 2 there every time under those skulls.
Personally, I just like to use the 2 bomb bushes outside of the bomb hut in Dark Kakariko.
Yeah, I guess there's these 2 options. I personally go for the Skull Woods bombs as well.
Mclagging is being very brave, trying to get past these Gibdos without anything but a hammer. Although with the hammer, I would say I would just do it anyway, just because you can actually kill them.
Yeah, you can at least push them away with the hammer if you get cornered. Just a map.
Yep, so we have 1 item available to us so far, and it's a useful item, thankfully. I'm wondering if Matt is going to spend as much time in here as Mclagging did, though.
He's probably not going to farm for bombs or anything similar. He has all the bombs, all the money he needs for now.
Yeah, on the plus side for Mclagging, he does have the ability to grab this blue mail and maybe even get a tree pull. I think he might actually be able to get a higher tier tree pull as well. So maybe it's money or something.
Maybe. But with a 300 on Stumpy, he doesn't need any money, so it doesn't really matter what he gets.
Yeah. Well, he didn't like, he doesn't know he's going to be getting the 300, so...
Yeah, true.
And this mode can be very, very money-starved.
But he still has 91, so he knows he can at least do the arrow game and farm up money there real quick.
Yep, and with a hammer in hand, we can actually go over and visit Palace of Darkness, which is another 110 rupees minimum.
Yes.
So money can be very important in Inverted, is basically all I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So with a hammer in hand, that is one of 3 things we do need to get access to the light world.
You still need a glove and the moon pearl after that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Technically speaking, if you have the moon pearl, you can get into the light world. It's just that you can't do anything without, or sorry, if you have the glove and the moon pearl,
yeah,
you can get
true.
there. But you do need the hammer to actually get out of that little enclosed space.
I mean, we could still have a scenario where the moon pearl is somewhere in light world, where you have to take one of the portals that you can actually escape. But with the hammer, I guess it's less likely.
Yep, Matt is taking a death there. I think that was intentional, just to get out of here.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it didn't pay off for either runner, so there is an item still in Skull Woods, but they will have to come back here regardless.
So I guess it looks Thieves Town is our next play, unless we find something here in the village.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of the weird things about Inverted, like as you touched on earlier, is how few locations are really available to you until you get access to the light world or certain items that get you deep into Thieves Town, or not Thieves Town, Palace of Darkness, or even Ice Palace.
Yeah, and even about half of the locations available require bombs or money, so that makes it even tougher and even more important to farm those resources early.
So both of our runners have 4 hearts and blue mail and a hammer, which is good for getting into Thieves Town, but blind is still pretty dangerous with this loadout.
I guess we'll see if they practiced it.
Dang, Mclagging got a pretty lucky 100 rupees there, so he's not hurting for money at all right now. And he is going to be the first person to get inside of Thieves Town. All right, so Mclagging finds a big key here, as I believe the first item here in Thieves Town.
Yeah, it's guaranteed to be in the first 4 chests, unless you're playing Key Sanity.
Chest number 2 gives us the map, so far we have found 0 of the junk items, as they're called. Which is always, like, one of the worst feelings if you're coming in here and it's a pendant. Like, just finding nothing but dungeon items.
Yeah, and the other case is when you don't have the hammer and you find the small key early, you're always worried about that big chest down the road.
So we found our first item, just 10 arrows, and our second is a heart container, which is really good.
Yeah, so up to 5 now, makes it a little more comfortable.
Yeah, it doesn't progress us, unfortunately. But Mclagging is going to be continuing onward. I mean, doesn't really have a whole lot of choice unless he feels like running all the way over to Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, and that's a long track, and he could be bow-locked immediately, so it could be just one item plus another one at Pyramid.
Yeah, and without a bottle, we can't even do the potion glitch. This is a fairly tame hellway, I will say, on Mclagging's side. They were being very nice. And Mclagging is going for this hint upstairs. One of the most annoying hints to get, in my opinion.
Yeah, especially in Inverted, because you tend to have not have a sword, so those bats.
And that is our boots hint, too. So the boots in Swamp Palace. Swamp is a crystal, so it's good intel for when we finally have the ability to go in there.
Question then is gonna be, do you jump there immediately once you get access there, even possibly without the hook shot?
I don't know. I don't think you're gonna save much more time with the boots if you have to double dip Swamp Palace like that.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, the way the hint system works, I believe it will always have a hint for the boots. It will always have a hint for Ganon's Tower Big Key in Key Sanity mode. And I think it pre-fills some of the hints with garbage messages, and also some hints are just telling you certain locations that are potentially out of the way, but they don't really discriminate on what's in them. So it could just say, oh, some money and some bombs is on the left side of Swamp Palace.
Yeah, but even that can help. I mean, it means you don't have to check there. You don't have to invest the time. And also the dummy hints you're gonna recognize because they're colored in green and have a small Link face on there. You're gonna see it once we see one of those.
Yeah. That's definitely nice that you don't have to worry about it. You just see green, you're like, okay, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Alright, so it looks like we have a self-locking key today, and Mclagging is going to deliver blind. Probably give it a good old college try, but I very highly doubt he'll come back in. Actually he might. Mclagging forgetting that he doesn't have a glove, and that he has to take the long way.
Oh yeah. I tend to forget that as well in this situation. Because you're so used to just having that glove from playing open mode or standard mode.
Matt does not fall for the same trap. And we have a 5 hearts blue mail hammer blind. In the grand scheme of hammer blinds, that is pretty generous.
Yes, that blue mail in particular helps.
So everything here is going to do 1 damage. All the fireballs do 1 damage regardless, and I think his lasers always do 1 damage, but running into a head or blind's body with green mail, I believe, does 2. And Mclagging is gonna... Oh, Mclagging takes him down with 2 hearts to spare. Let's see if Matt has the same amount of luck. I did miss what blind dropped.
It was just 5 rupees. So no value in Thieves' Town.
Yeah. Hopefully... I mean, we had to do it, so... Hopefully Palace of Darkness points us in the right direction. Another option is sequence breaking up the... No, we can't do that yet. No, we don't have the glove. The glove can be fairly elusive in inverted mode, I feel.
Yeah, I've had it pretty early in most of the runs I've done, so I guess I've been pretty lucky there. Like, what happens a lot is that some progression early on is up in the mountain, that you get the glove early and the lamp early, and you have to pick up something there.
Yep, so Mclagging is heading up towards the pyramid. We cannot check Catfish without the glove, even though we can get past the first initial barricade with the hammer. We still need a glove to pick up a large rock later on. Just something that trips up some people every once in a while.
Yeah.
The pyramid has the moon pearl for us, so that's a V18 special right there, except it's not because it's inverted mode. So the moon pearl gets us 2/3 of the way to the light world. Now I'm wondering if we're just going to find the glove here in Palace of Darkness, or if it's going to be buried deeper inside.
Could also be something that leads to the glove, like maybe the flippers.
That'd be pretty rude.
Yeah, it would be. You never know.
And thankfully, we have all the money we could ever need to pay off this this dumb monkey. Actually, I guess it's a pretty smart monkey if it can talk and also open doors for you.
Yeah, but he's pretty greedy. Just get hit by an enemy and you have to pay an extra 10 rupees.
The worst is that the game, at least in English, suggests that you might be able to find a way in without the monkey, but that simply is not the case.
Yep.
All right, let's see what Palace of Darkness has for us. It's probably not going to be bow blocked, and I cannot see what's in it. I guess yeah, it was a small key.
Yeah.
All right, so by the logic, there's only so many chests that are available to us right now. I don't know if we can technically get to the backside, logically speaking. We probably can, especially if this is a small key in this next chest. It is not.
It's not, but what is it?
Good question. Maybe Matt will show us. There are our power gloves. Okay, that's late world access to us, and Mclagging will be taking the portal. Looks like in Kakariko Village. It was the big key in that chest we missed earlier.
But yeah, that also means they can't continue any further without any more small keys or the bow here. I guess Matt's gonna check the hint here as well.
Yeah, can't hurt. I mean, it's something he'll probably check later. A unique item requires the boots. So that can point to a few things. You can point to the library, Monk Rocks, I believe the King's Grave?
Yeah.
And the lamp.
Yeah.
Either in Desert Palace or even Genna's Tower. Alright. So Mclagging verifies we have 2 red crystals, it looks like, in the Light World, and Eastern Palace is a pendant, our final pendant. I guess we did already know through the active deduction where the other 2 important crystals were.
Yeah.
Right, so Mclagging is going to check out the forest first. There's 2 items in here that can be kind of annoying to route in if you don't do it right away.
And we get our mirror.
That is really good because it also unlocks a few more locations within Kakariko Village, across both worlds, namely the dwarves and
the hammer pegs and the purple chests as well, I think.
I guess 3 more items, and 4 if we find the magic powder. Mclagging also being a bit of a pessimist and checking Lumberjack, and it's just a piece of heart today, so Aga is not required.
Yeah, no Aga today.
Looks like Matt is doing a similar thing, but I think he might be skipping out on the Lumberjack and just going directly to Kakariko. Ooh!
Book up here.
So the book is required in this mode.
It's our only way to get into Desert Palace.
So that does mean we do need the cape, I believe?
Yeah, we need the cape and the mirror to get there, I think.
In the regular mode, Bumper Ledge requires just the cape, but now they switched locations of where Bumper Cave and the Old Man Cave are in the Dark World and Light World. And ooh, silvers in Blindside. That's really good. But anyway, you essentially need to go through the Bumper Cave in the Light World and then mirror to grab the Bumper Cave ledge thing.
So we're gonna see the back of his cape here in Mclagging. 3 more items.
Let's see if he's gonna get a lag. Oh, nope, we didn't see it. But Matt does find a sword here, and a fire rod, and a piece of heart, and another piece of heart in the Kakariko well.
That means he can beat Mothula now.
And remember, there is an item in there still.
Yep. And he can also use the mirror to go from the Light World Lost Woods directly to the boss room or the boss area in Skull Woods.
So far, this Kakariko is paying off pretty well. We still need a bow to be able to use those silver arrows, but by the time we get to Ganon, we'll be happy we have them. We do not yet have a bottle, which is a bit surprising for the sick kid.
Makes it something you might forget if you can't route it in immediately. Maybe a bit awkward to route in.
This is some interesting routing by Matt. He's going to be doing Peg Cave before grabbing the dwarf.
Yeah, that's surprising. Maybe he's gonna skip the dwarf for now.
It's a possibility. Personally, I wouldn't risk it. If you have everything to get an item and you're in the general vicinity, just do it.
Yeah,
but
also if he's gonna go around south to the center of Light World, might make sense to take the purple chest with him.
So Chad is mentioning that Mclagging has marked off the ice rod on his tracker, which might have been something, or might have been the item he found inside of the backside of Escape.
Yeah, that's probably it then. So that could mean a pretty early Trinex. We're getting kind of close to that. Still need some Mario, of course.
Alright, Matt is going to avoid turning in the dwarf purple chest for now. Mclagging might not. Ooh, we have our lamp, which is not technically required if you know how to do dark rooms, but definitely something you will always want to pick up if it's right in front of you.
Yeah, it never hurts to have. Even if you can do dark rooms, you're probably still gonna be faster with a lamp than without.
I just realized that the bush crab prize is a red rupee.
Yeah.
If we weren't already drowning in rupees, that would have been useful. Matt is potentially going to check the item, or sorry, the hint in Swamp Palace.
Yeah, he might do that. Or he just took out the mirror for the block there.
Oh, yeah, it looks like you're right. Not going over towards desert just yet. We do have a lot of items over here in the South Shore area.
And
we have 5 in this cave.
And he doesn't have the book and knows where the book is, so he might wait on that.
Yeah. That's true, but we also have the ability to get 2 items there, as well as mirror into the Dark World, Misery Mire.
Yeah.
Alright, so, Mclagging is going to be showing... Oh, we have the hookshot here, and the flippers.
Oh, and flippers, wow.
That is our swamp care package, and remember where those boots were.
Yeah, if he remembers that hint, it wouldn't surprise me if he goes straight to swamp.
Yeah, Mclagging not finding anything at the dwarf. I'm assuming he's going to be grabbing the purple chest as well. And Matt is going directly to Swamp Palace, a move I do not disagree with.
Yeah, with the hint, it's just a logical play here. The Argus fight is going to be a bit annoying on Fighter Sword,
Yeah, at least it's not hammer.
Yeah, at least it's not the menuing fight. And maybe he's gonna pick up another sword in here. 6 items in Swamp Palace, so I guess there is a small chance.
Alright, our swamp. A glove is in the dark. That's... Does that mean...
We haven't found that yet, so that could mean in Palace of Darkness in the dark rooms, possibly. We didn't check the escape dark room either, I think.
Yeah. I think that's about it, right? Palace of Darkness and the sewer chest, the dark sewer.
Yeah.
Or maybe the old man. I don't know if that's how that works.
Yeah, I don't know if that counts.
Alright. Mclagging is heading over towards the desert area. We'll probably be mirroring to Misery Mire as well. I'm wondering if he'll be heading into Swamp within the next few minutes, because he still has to grab the flippers and hookshot.
Did he not take Purple Chest with him?
I think he did, it's just we didn't see it. And we have the Cane of Samaria.
Oh, wow.
Inside of Agony Cave, which I think that unlocks Tranix, logically speaking.
Yeah, I think it does.
Once we grab, you don't even need the hook shot. He doesn't need it. He'll get it soon enough, but he doesn't need it yet.
And the flute, not technically required in inverted, but still useful to have.
Yep, just a piece of heart on the desert ledge, and Mclagging wants to head into Misery Mire area, at least the Mire shed, and check what he needs to get inside, which is ether. Mire is a pendant, so...
Yeah. I doubt he wants to go there. And he can't get past the gap at the moment either.
Matt is opting to do left side swamp right away, which I think is a good idea, especially when you know there's something you want in here.
Yeah.
Mclagging opts to save and quit instead of taking the walk back, which is putting him further away from grabbing that hookshot and grabbing those flippers.
I'm surprised he doesn't take the portal south of a Link's house and continue his route there.
Looks like he wants to finish up Skull Woods.
Yeah, maybe.
Which is a little interesting. It's got one item left, but it's only one item. You need to finish it, but do you really need to do it now?
I mean, not really. There's so much else to check, and Fire Sword Mothula isn't the most comfortable fight. He has the hammer, so that helps still.
Alright, left side swamp has for us today a map. And
yep. Let's just hope it's not the compass here.
The big key, okay. I'll give it up. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with this this Skull Woods play.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I mean, I guess in his mind it is something that recently got unlocked, and I don't know, maybe he's just following the logic, but there's so many places in the light world that he hadn't checked.
I mean, it would make more sense if he hadn't checked the whole northern area, the whole sanctuary and graveyard ledge and a back of escape, but he's done that already. So this is really just a one-off check here.
Yeah, Mclagging saving as much magic as he can because he will probably need it in this fight if he wants to win. He didn't bother grabbing the small magic pot though, surprisingly enough.
He did a nice job pushing the Gibdo into the spikes though.
Mm-hmm. So this is 8 hits with the Fire Rod will bring down Mothula. She's doing very well so far. Fire Rod damage can still be cancelled out by the spikes if Mothula touches the spikes.
We have our boots on Matt.
Nice. Oh, that was a beautiful Fighter Sword Mothula by Mclagging.
Yeah.
Getting the final item, just some money in Skullwoods.
And Matt got Master Sword as well, which will make the Argus fight a lot more comfortable.
Yeah. I don't know. For some reason, I just don't like Master Sword Argus.
Yeah, it's still annoying, but I guess it's better than Fighter Sword.
Well, for me, it's like, I don't know. I usually just end up doing the same thing with Fighter Sword, and it feels more satisfying just because of the fact that I feel underpowered, but I'm still doing well against Argus.
Yeah, I guess you could see it like that. I mean, with a Master Sword, you can even screw up a little and still do damage. With a Fighter Sword, you have to execute it well. It's kind of the difference there.
So Mclagging is going to be heading on the same track as Matt now. Unfortunately, he's doing the dam before the mini Moldorm cave, which I don't blame him for doing it. It's just that it's not going to save him any time.
Yeah, but with a mirror, he at least can mirror the block away and doesn't have to go in and out.
Okay. So the boots unlock a few things on the overworld for us. Remember, there is a unique item that is held by the boots. Now, this unique item could be very useful, like, say, the bow, or it could be very not useful, like, say, the single arrow.
Yes, so we don't know what it's gonna be.
But Matt, with the boots in hand or on foot, will be heading over to the Ice Rod Cave, maybe even setting up a water walk. Well, I don't know if... Can you set up a water walk if you already have the flippers? I think so.
I think you can, yeah, with the boots you can. Also gonna check the hint. That usually only gets checked in inverted. Yeah,
okay.
It's not very helpful.
Alright, Mclagging is doing the same thing Matt did, is going to be going through Swamp Palace, so he's just going to be retracing Matt's tracks for a little bit.
Yeah.
Matt is going to be setting up the water walk.
Yeah,
it's going to be saving a little bit of time doing that.
Yeah. He might check Hobo with it and then just go back into the water, or he's gonna take the portal and go up to the Zora area and check those items there. No, it's gonna be Hobo.
Oh, first we want to check the island, which is just a big 20.
Yeah, it's one of those items that are a lot easier to route in inverted, because you don't have to mirror there. You can just go there, check the island in Light World.
So unfortunately, yeah, unfortunately with the flippers, Matt did lose his water walk a little bit earlier than he intended to.
Yeah.
Because if you have the flippers, and I think if you hit the shallow water, you lose your water walk. But if you do not have the flippers and you hit the shallow water, you keep it.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know the exact mechanics of that.
You can also keep a double water walk, which is useful for grabbing the Zora ledge item.
Yeah.
And that is, you keep that, I believe, by storing a water walk using the method Matt did earlier. Oh, tempered in the wishing well here. Anyway, you store a water walk using the method Matt did, and then you keep that water walk and then go into that cave that Matt was just in and walk out of it, and that has like a double water walk effect.
I guess catfish counts as someone friendly, so that could be the hint from earlier.
You know, he's not very friendly though. Like,
I mean, he still gives you something for free, I guess.
He's clearly very angry with you, but he does give you something to go away.
And we got the second fish right away. And it's just a scam.
The old scammer grifters up to it again. Alright, Mclagging is getting into the depths of Swamp Palace. We'll be getting the boots pretty soon, as well as his Master Sword and Mushroom. And we'll be on nearly even footing as Matt.
Yeah.
Matt is doing the exact same thing Mclagging did earlier, going directly back into Skull Woods.
But I think he hasn't done the whole sanctuary area, so he might combine those two. Also might go to Death Mountain afterwards. That's in logic as well. We haven't seen that.
So, with the items we have seen so far, what do you think is the next best play?
I would probably go up Death Mountain. There's just so much there. With a hook shot, you can get over on the light side.
You can also do Hera while you're up there.
Yeah, you can do Hera. You can possibly do Turtle Rock as well.
Yeah. Ice Palace is fully clearable though, and it does have 3 hints in it.
Yeah.
As well as 3 items. And
but
it's
I guess
something you have to do.
We've seen a lot of good hints so far. I don't think we have seen a single troll hint. We've seen the boots hint as well. So I guess that would make me a little reluctant to go for the hints now.
Alright, with the Tempered Sword in hand, Matt had a lot better Mothula fight.
And we're seeing some nice still images of Argus on the right side here.
Yep, I didn't realize Link was a photographer. You have to assume Mclagging is beating this boss with no trouble, though.
Yeah, he probably has beat him by now.
So what I don't necessarily get, I guess what you were saying earlier, Matt might go up the mountain, and running out of Skull Woods is basically the only way to do that without saving and quitting. But if you wanted to do some of the stuff in the light world near the sanctuary, it's faster probably just to mirror outside of the final stretch of Skull Woods.
Yeah, probably. But I guess he may not be as familiar with that strat, or it's just something you're used to, just going the normal route.
Never mind, I'm forgetting this is inverted mode.
Yeah, but he could have activated the portal and then mirrored to the back of Skull Woods and then
That is
went
true.
straight to the Light World.
I have seen that before. Some of the routing in Inverted can get kind of crazy like that.
Yeah, it's also still new, so we're not too familiar with all the routes yet, and they're kind of not automatic yet. We're still not used to them as players, so we kind of forget about all the possibilities sometimes.
Okay, he's gonna activate his flute, which... I mean, it might save some time in the long run, but... it's not going to help us progress anywhere, except I guess it might help us get up the mountain quicker.
Yeah, it's a time save, so... if you're here already, why not?
Unfortunately for Mclagging, he had to come back in here because there is at least one item left in Swamp Palace. I don't think it was anything useful.
No, I don't think so. It was the big key here in the next one, and I don't remember what the big chest was.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate, especially because if you go directly to Argus and the big key is on the left side, as it is here, that's taking even more time away from you because you have to go grab the big key and then go all the way back.
On the other hand, if the big key is on Argus' side, you save some time that way. It really depends on what you're gambling on, where you're hoping the big key will be.
Okay, so Mclagging finds just a piece of heart. Unfortunately, not what he's looking for, and our runners are fairly even at the moment.
Yeah.
Mclagging is going to be putting those boots to use here in a minute, the Bonk Rocks, trying to find that unique item.
Yeah, one of the 4 or 5 possible locations for that. It's not unique.
Yeah, I don't know if the Sank Heart is considered unique, because there is only one of them.
So.
But that was not the Sank Heart.
Also, he can't get into King's Tomb since he doesn't have the Titansmiths.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a race to see who goes into... or up the mountain first, but it looks... oh, Mclagging is going to be grabbing this hint. I'm wondering if he's going to bother checking out Ice Palace, potentially.
Yeah, he could do that. That or just checking Zora area.
And confirmation that it was indeed the Ice Rod here in the sewer segment.
He's also gonna go for the Dark Room chest.
Yep, this is something Mclagging did not do because I don't believe he had the lamp at this point. I mean, it's still possible to do. It's just
it's just a little annoying with the rats there. You have to kill it in the dark.
Mclagging getting a nice water walk here as well. He will be grabbing his Tempered Sword in short order.
And also, we have not seen the front side of Escape. The rest of Hyrule Castle.
You see a lot of players try to avoid that in races because it might not be required, but we do have, like, I don't know, maybe 3 items potentially in the castle still. I wasn't actually counting, but there's also 2 items at the uncle and at the chest near the uncle.
So there is a decent amount there.
So, in terms of items we need to complete this game that we haven't seen yet, we need the bow, and we need the cape to grab the book.
Yeah.
And I think that's it.
That's probably it, unless we need something to get to the cape or the bow, like Titansmiths for King's Tomb. Oh,
Matt is falling for the trap. Oh, never mind. He's just going up the mountain.
And Mclagging is going into ice here. I guess he wants those hints there.
Yeah, I do like going to Ice Palace, but as you were saying earlier, there are a lot of items available to us on the mountain, especially now that we have the hook shot. The annoying thing about the mountain in inverted mode is this old man just weighs you down for so long. Like, you get rid of him very quickly in normal modes, but inverted, you have to go all the way up, grab the portal, and then come all the way back down.
And he walks so slow. Can't run with him. I mean, you can technically run, but it's even slower than walking normally.
Chat is pointing out Palace of Darkness and Eastern Palace are pendants, so the bow might not be something we find before we actually enter Ganon's Tower.
And we have powder now on that side, so that's another check.
So outside of the mountain and outside of Ice Palace, some of the other locations that are available to us that neither of our runners have checked, at least not to my knowledge, are Sahasrara's hut has 3 items in it, and Eastern Palace has a potential to grab 3 items out of there.
Nice bomb jump there on Mclagging, getting it first try.
We get confirmation that there's a big key in Misery Mire left side.
Yep. I guess we'll have to go there if any of the runners decide to go into Misery Mire, which I doubt, since it's a pendant.
Yeah, but the bow could be basically anywhere at this point.
Yeah.
So could the cape. That could be anywhere except for in Desert Palace.
And he got a hint there about the big chest and swamp. If he had found that earlier, he could have skipped the whole of left side.
Old news. Tell ya.
Yeah, these hints often coming way too late.
Alright, Paradox Cave, what do you got for us? A piece of heart, a bug net.
I guess that's one of those unique items that can really troll you.
Matt did have sword beams, so hitting that switch was pretty easy. Wow.
Wow.
So
horrible.
So the thing is, we do know now that 2 of the dud unique items are gone. They're out of the picture.
Yeah.
Because we just found the bug net and the silver arrow, or single arrow.
So we really just have the boomerangs left, and maybe the shovel as far as dud items are concerned. And Spurna as well, which we're not gonna need.
Alright, so we're gonna see what is in the Dark World here as well. Half magic, nice.
Yep. And our first bottle. Wow.
And Ether. Ether does give us access to Misery Mire.
Yeah.
Matt is checking. We do need Quake to take the front door into Turtle Rock. Something we probably don't want to do.
Yeah.
But
maybe just to check the first couple of items and then mirror out again.
Alright.
So not much here on that mountain so far. And I think there hasn't been anything in Ice Palace either.
Alright, Matt is heading over towards Hera, which is going to be an easy clear. We are fully equipped to handle it at this point. We do not have the book to understand what is on that tablet, or to grab what's on the tablet, actually.
He's gonna get 2 more hints, though, so those could help as well.
Mclagging taking a secret fairy room here, which is nice. And our first item in Hera is just 5 rupees.
And there's the troll hint.
Do not have to go downstairs just yet. And Mclagging is going to be finishing off Cold Stare. He does not... Does he not have the, I guess he didn't go up to Zora. Because he still has his Master Sword.
He went straight from Ice Road Cave to Ice Palace, I guess. He might do Zora after this. Would make sense, since he's already in the area.
What I would have probably done in this scenario was use the Master Sword beams to get an extra Fire Rod hit, which is a weird little glitch you can do in Cold Stare.
Yeah, that could have
double up.
Could have helped and saved some magic. He does a nice job with the Master Sword and Hammer here. Pretty quick fight.
Yep, and just have some old news. So the hints in here are pretty worthless. Do not know if he found our second item though.
I just saw the small key, but I don't know about the item.
Oof.
Oh.
Alright, Mclagging heading up to the Zora area. We'll be getting his Tempered Sword here in a minute. And Matt has round 2 with the big yellow worm.
And nice, he gets this time.
So, I guess that means we need to go downstairs.
Yeah, I didn't see what was in the big chest. It was either an item or the compass. If it was the compass, we need to go down. If it's an item, we can skip the basement. It was a compass.
Oh, someone friendly had a heart container for us in the form of catfish. Mclagging is going to be getting scammed, unfortunately. I mean, it's not like it's not like he needs his money.
He has enough money. Also, neither of them have checked mushroom, even though we've had that for a while. It's kind of awkward to check here.
That can be a bit of a pain to check in this mode, especially considering how much easier it is to get up towards catfish.
Yeah.
If you're doing the Zora check. And we don't even have the ability to flute there.
Yeah.
There's like no portal available, so the mushroom is kind of out of the way and inverted if you don't specifically route it in.
And more wasted time.
The Tower of Hera is a complete dud, and Mclagging is heading up the mountain as well, which is really late considering how early they had the ability to come up here.
Yeah. But he has the one advantage here. He does have Sumaria, so he can do Turtle Rock, unlike Matt.
Yes, Matt still needs to visit the cave south of the Haunted Grove.
I think it was in Aegina's cave?
Or sorry, no, yeah, it was Aegina's cave. Yeah, you're right. The cave south of the Haunted Grove was the lamp. Matt is trying to do this without the boots, I mean, it's possible, but I still think it's probably easier with the boots.
Yeah, probably. I just damage boost usually if I don't have a cape versus Mario.
Alright, we have the big key in Laser Bridge, which means that we can very easily just do this whole dungeon backwards. But Matt doesn't have the ability to progress any further.
Yeah. Would be nice for a go mode though. Nice setup there.
Alright, looks like Matt will probably be going back into Turtle Rock, maybe also checking Mimic Cave. I don't know,
Yeah,
has he checked Spiral Cave yet?
I don't think so. I think he went down to the laser bridge first. Yeah, looks like he's gonna do spiral now.
Yeah, inverted mode is really annoying in this mode.
Yeah.
There's just so many times you need to climb back up the mountain if you want to get everything. But I like Matt's routing here, placing his portal over toward one of the entrances into Turtle Rock, and then just going into Mimic Cave that way.
He was trying to do a strat to avoid the portal there with a bomb, but didn't quite work out. I think he threw it too early.
Sorry, he didn't go into Mimic Cave, he went back into Turtle Rock. Just for that chest.
Yeah, he'd have to go up and jump down the other side to get to Mimic Cave from there.
I'm a little bit surprised they didn't go to the single roller room.
Yeah, that's true. He could have gotten there.
So, both of our runners have 4 crystals. Mclagging has one of the more important crystals, but considering where the book is and what we need to get it, I'm feeling like it might be potentially our go mode item. Which means the pyramid might not even matter whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, we're just missing the cape and the bow, really. There aren't too many options.
But the thing is that Mclagging did full clear Ice Palace, and that takes quite a bit longer than Hera.
Yeah.
But Matt also spent a lot more time here in Turtle Rock. So I think both of... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I think the biggest advantage is having Somaria right now and being able to clear Turtle Rock right away from Mclagging. So I think we've seen most of Death Mountain here now, with Matt checking Spiral Cave, which is another bust. There's really just Spike Cave left, which is not in logic right now, as well as Ether Tablet, which we can't access without the book, and Trinex and a few other items in Turtle Rock that need Somaria to get there.
I'm starting to think that Mclagging might find something in Turtle Rock that Matt was not able to get.
Yeah, it could be that, or Eastern area, which we haven't checked at all.
It is a little bit surprising that nobody has checked out Eastern, nobody has checked out the Uncle or the front side of Escape.
Yeah, those are pretty quick checks with a portal south of the house. So it's a bit surprising there. Oh, and yeah, chat making a good point here. We still haven't checked Sick Kid.
Yeah, so Matt might be able to grab the Cane of Samaria here if he wants to, but it looks like he is going to Ice Palace.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's another crystal. Can complete it.
And Mclagging is going to be finishing off Tower of Hera, is probably going to be similarly dismayed to learn about what was in the basement.
Yeah.
Some caches in Turtle Rock. Wow.
Very useful. So far the hints haven't been too great this seed. We got the one about the boots. But I guess it would have gone into swamp at that point anyway. And the rest was not very useful. I mean, we still have the one that the boots are locking a unique item. Which we don't know which item it is yet. So that might come into play later.
But at this point, it's like there's only so many locations that can be considered boots blocked. Most of them require items that we don't have.
That's kind of the problem. And I mean, we know from the one hint that Titan's Myth is in the dark, so that means Pod. And Pod is bow locked, so the bow then can't be in King's Tomb. And that's one of our 2 go mode items out of the way. And as for the Desert Torch, we need the cape to get there, so that's another configuration where only one of the 2 go mode items can be on a particular boots locked location.
Mm-hmm. Matt got a good Ice Palace bomb jump there as well. That's potentially even cleaner than Mclagging's. Mclagging is falling for the trap of going downstairs in Hera.
Yeah, I can understand doing that. I mean, you've checked a lot here in Death Mountain already, and you really don't want to get trolled by it. You'd rather invest that minute or so than actually have that be an important item.
Yeah.
And lose because of it.
Yeah, many races have come down to one player checking that chest and one player not.
Yeah.
Or potentially even 2 players not.
Yeah, those are the races that tend to take 2 hours.
Alright, Mclagging is going to get a rude awakening here. And honestly, outside of the locations that that have a lot of density that they just don't want to do, there's just a lot of fetch quests for us.
Yeah.
We got Sick Kid, we got the Mushroom, we got Powder. And I guess that's about it in terms of...
I think we haven't seen Purple Chest either. That's kind of a fetch quest as well.
I think Mclagging did it. It's just something we didn't see because it was...
Oh, that could be.
His stream was having issues. The hint's so nice, he reads it twice. Alright, so Mclagging now has to go into Turtle Rock, and luckily for him, he'll be able to clear it all in one go if he wants to. He'll have the big key if he decides to go into the laser bridge entrance, and then he'll have the ability to just do it in reverse.
Yeah, I can just clear Trinix straight away, since there was also a small key, I think, down there.
It looks like that's what he's doing. Unfortunately, this isn't the dream of the Go mode plus big key and small key on Laser Bridge, Turtle Rock,
Yeah,
but
that would be wonderful.
it's pretty close. Mclagging also making short work of these laser dashes, gaining a bit of time on Matt in the process. And it looks like he is going directly towards Trinex. I'm wondering if he's gonna bother even doing the rest of the dungeon.
He might be using some of the other entrances, I guess. I mean, there's still a lot of items left he can go to.
Yeah, the only thing about that is that it makes getting the single roller room chest a bit of a pain.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe he's gambling on that being nothing or just a small key. Just gonna check all the other chests first.
Mclagging taking a Trinex neck to the neck, and getting bodied again, down to a heart and a half. I think he needs to be a bit careful here. I don't know if he can afford to take another hit. Looks like he might be going for a single
I think he has a
spin.
fairy, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that does waste some time, even if you don't.
It's still better than dying, I guess.
Alright, so Trinex just has the map. That means we still got some things in here that we might want to be checking. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes right back in.
Yeah, we'll see which entrance he's gonna take. And looks like we're gonna see the eastern area on Matt's side.
Mclagging is going right in. Something sharp is in Swamp Palace. It's also old news. This seat is really fixated on Swamp Palace, I gotta say.
Yeah. Okay, Sazrala has nothing in this shed. Just some arrows and heart pieces. Guess we're gonna see about Eastern now. Or maybe not.
Alright, we are getting some new information here on Mclagging's side. And Matt is also going to be checking out Uncle. The vanilla entrance to Uncle, even.
Yeah, it's nice. You can take the side end. Ooh!
There's our cape! That means we just need the bow for Go mode. And once Matt decides he wants to pick up the book, that means he can clear Desert Palace, potentially finding the bow on that lamp. That could be the something unique.
Yeah, and he's guaranteed to find some Maria because he's gonna check Agina's cave as well on the way. Or at least I would assume he does.
Yeah, so we have the ability now to, at least once he gets that red cane, we do have the ability to get all 7 crystals. There's no way we're not going to be checking that lamp in Desert, but the lamp in Gainus Tower could also have the bow.
Yeah. Or it could just be the shovel and the lamp.
Yeah, but then the shovel could lead to the bow. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. Also, Matt forgot for about a moment that you need to go to Light World first to access Bumper Cave.
Mclagging is going back over to East Death Mountain.
What does he have left there?
Maybe the Spiral Cave?
Yeah, it could be.
So yeah, at this point, I think this might be Matt's race to lose.
Yeah, he's in a pretty good spot. I mean,
Mclagging,
will still depend on the bow location.
Mclagging did have the ability to finish off Turtle Rock, but I don't know.
But yeah, I think Matt can just do that on the way to Ganon's tower.
I think Mclagging might be doubling down on never checking the castle, never checking Uncle. And that's not good.
I mean, he's gonna run out of locations soon, so he has to check it soon. There isn't much he can do. He can go into Eastern possibly. He can check those fetch quests.
So another thing is that book also opens up 2 tablets for us, one of which Matt will be able to... This is interesting. I don't think Matt actually visited this area before.
Yeah, also he forgot he can't access the portal without Titansmiths. He has to run down here.
It's okay, he can just mirror to Link's house and take the long way.
Yeah. Also, I mean, there is the Bombos tablet on the way, so he can check that on the way. But yeah, it looks like he's gonna take the portal here and run all the way to Desert. And then we're gonna see about that torch. It's gonna be the bow, or another unique item, or just nothing. The bomb shop in Inverted is in Light World Link's house.
Alright. So, did Matt skip out on Aga? Or Agina Cave? Oh.
I think he's gonna check it now.
Well, hopefully he's planning on doing it after this.
He might also just do it after clearing Desert.
Yeah.
It's kind of dead end in
there. Mclagging taking a death here inside a Spike Cave, but he does have a fairy. And I believe that was his only way of getting through here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
If that had been the bow, wow. That would have been insane.
Yeah, Spike Cave is just not a great spot.
Yeah.
Alright, so soon we're going to be confirming whether or not there is something unique on the lamp here. We do know that there are mitts probably in Palace of Darkness.
It's not gonna be just a key.
Ah, that's true.
There was an item in the small chest.
Okay, so that brings us down to like 2 locations for whatever is boots blocked. One of which requires the mitts. The mitts could be in Palace of Darkness, and the Palace of Darkness could be, or the Palace of Darkness is bow blocked.
Yeah, so I guess it's down to Ganon's torch, unless King's Tomb is some other unique item that we don't need. And Mclagging activating his flute now. He's had it for a while, but I guess there was never a good opportunity And it's not really that useful in inverted anyway. Also checking sick kid here.
Well, I think the sick kid should have probably just taken that potion himself.
Yeah, not very smart there.
But, oh well. And unfortunately, we're digging through scraps now. Until Mclagging does decide to go visit Uncle, he won't be able to get into desert.
And our second bee.
And we are cursed to carry this bee in a bottle forever until we open it up and let the bee out.
Between the two players, we found 3 bottles within the last minute.
Yep. And we also just finished off Land Molos. That was a really fast kill with Tempered Sword Spin and Fire Rod.
Yeah, good job there. It's still no bow for him.
Yep, Mclagging is going to be doing bonk rocks here. Nothing good for him here. I don't know if there's anything else for him. Unless he wants to just run over towards Eastern Palace. Or even just go towards the castle, which is something he needs to do.
He might do mushroom on the way, run over there. Kind of the best opportunity now.
Matt is having some mirror issues.
Yeah, it's kind of tight there. Not a lot of spots you can mirror. And he skips Agina's cave. Oh.
That is bad. But he might actually be going back.
But why didn't he check it? Why would he go back?
Because he lost his portal. Because the portal was on top of rocks.
Oh, that could be.
But unfortunately now, I guess he's gonna be doing the big bomb.
Yeah. He might also be doing the rest of Escape. I think he did quit at Uncle.
Does get a nice dash. Typically, you cannot dash with the bomb, but if you wind up the dash at a certain point, you can do it.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
That's a bad spot.
Alright, Mclagging is going downstairs in Escape.
Has he checked Uncle?
I do not believe so.
See it.
So yeah, each runner now has something that the other one doesn't, and the other runner has skipped over opportunities to collect said item. Mclagging might still grab it after he finishes this sojourn into the castle, but Matt has little reason to go back to Agina Cave.
The only reason would be going into Mire, but I doubt he wants to do that. Probably going into Eastern before that. Which we haven't seen at all at this point, so nobody went into Eastern.
Alright, so nothing good here. Mclagging still has to check the dark sewers. As far as he's aware, this might be where the mitts are hiding, but we know it's just some money.
He should also pick up his key from the guard. mean Matt in this case.
Yeah, sometimes you have brain farts when doing randomizer, but well.
Yeah, I guess you're not used to doing escape 1 hour and 20 minutes in.
Mclagging getting rewarded with the big 20. He's going outside. We'll probably be talking with his uncle here soon. If these blue guards let him.
Yeah, looks like it.
Alright, so Mclagging will be grabbing the cape here. We'll be able to finish off Desert Palace. And we'll also be able to go into Ganon's Tower directly afterwards.
And Matt having trouble with his mirror portals again.
At this point, I would probably just go directly into Ganon's Tower after finishing Desert. I mean, Mclagging doesn't really have many options other than hoping we have a vanilla or near vanilla bow.
And I mean, there are so many locations up in Ganon's Tower, so it makes sense to just go up there.
We also still haven't seen Meyer. That's a possibility.
Yeah.
But that's about it. Alright. At this point, honestly, depending on where the bow is, I think Mclagging might have the edge.
Yeah.
I guess it really it really depends on when Matt decides to visit Agina. Because until he does that, he's gonna be running around like a chicken with his head cut off.
Yeah, Matt was in a really good spot until he skipped Agina. And now he's just checking these one-off locations.
So the book in hand, Ether Tablet could also be a thing. A really annoying thing.
Yeah, but at least you can route that in somewhat well with Ganon's Tower.
Well, Ganon's Tower isn't even there. Ganon's Tower is at the castle.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot about that.
In inverted mode, for anybody unfamiliar, Ganon's Tower is actually where Aga Tower begins, and where Ganon's Tower begins is Aghanim's Tower, and it's always open. Wow, that must be the most expensive rupee. 10 rupees for a single rupee.
Even the Smiths are scamming now. Just scams in this game.
Unfortunately, Matt just needs to swallow his pride and go back towards Aga Cave.
Yeah. I think he might have a chance now since he's gonna grab Purple Chest.
Ah. Yep, because he's gonna be going right in that same area. And luckily for him, unless he decides to go through Turtle Rock, which is a possibility once he finds that cane, he can just go directly to Trinex and then just go into Ganon's Tower afterwards. But the thing is, time is kind of running out because Mclagging is making his way through Desert Palace as we speak, and that is his final crystal. I'm still waiting for the seed to pull like the ultimate troll and just have the bow inside of Eastern Palace, just sitting there, lonely.
I'm also still thinking Meyer.
Yeah, we have had access to Meyer for quite some time, ever since we did, I believe, Hookshot Cave. And Matt is making the right call, although this is probably something he should have done earlier. I guess I understand why he
Yeah.
didn't do it, because you save a little bit of time saving and quitting from here rather than just running out.
Still, he could have just done it after completing Desert. Maybe the issues with the portals kind of screwed him over there.
Oh, man. We're really down to Ganon's Tower and a bunch of places nobody wants to go.
Yeah. I mean, Eastern is still kind of okay compared to Meyer.
Alright, Mclagging. Fire out in hand, tempered sword, making an absolute fool of this worm boss.
Yeah, nice and quick fight there as well.
So he is going to be the first person into Ganon's Tower, most likely.
I would assume he just goes straight into Ganon's Tower. I doubt he's gonna check Eastern. And he's definitely not gonna check Meyer.
Oof, this Helmasaur is being a mighty bully, unfortunately.
Yeah, being really mean.
Also, want to remind viewers that this is actually game one of a doubleheader. Looks like right after this race is concluded, we'll be swapping out commentators and going right into game two.
You know, I'm kind of hoping for Bo and GT Big Chest. Because you never see that.
I don't ever see it, yeah. I've almost never seen it. Mclagging not getting the timing right on the big bomb here. Unfortunately, has to go grab another one.
And Matt has to be careful here. Ugh!
Does he have a fairy?
Yes.
Yes.
Whew.
Alright. So, Mclagging, going to be checking the pyramid first, and then probably going directly into Ganon's Tower.
There's a quick spin speed here for show.
Yeah, this probably saves you maybe a few frames.
If even.
But Matt is going to be going through Turtle Rock.
I think he's just gonna check the 3 items on the front here. Which kind of makes sense since he's got taken out at the front entrance.
Yeah, this is a little interesting. Unfortunately, it's not going to be doing him any favors. Mclagging is our first into... Oh, goodness. Anyway, we do have a game which we probably should have done.
Yeah, I think someone tried to start it in chat, but didn't work. Ooh, shovel.
I guess it's too late, but we can still do it in just for fun. But you can guess 1 through 22 to find which has the big key. And if you're feeling really saucy, just guess how many chests we check in here and out of here until we find the damn bow.
Also, he's gonna keep the suspense alive, going right side, not checking the torch.
Yeah, that is a really strange thing. Maybe you just forgot about that hint earlier on.
I mean, he still has to find the GT big key, so...
That is true. Bombos. That's one fewer unique item.
Yeah, and we saw the shovel as well. So it's down to the 2 boomerangs, the King of Berna, and the bow.
Alright, moment of truth.
Ooh!
Berna is the unique item that requires the boots. And that means our bow could be anywhere. Anywhere. Except for Palace of Darkness. Yep.
Or Armor's Knights, or Upper GT.
Goodness. So how many chests is this?
Ooh, this is... I think we're at
11
now, maybe?
Next is going to be 12. And we have another fetch quest on our hands, as well as 2 items in Mire, 3 potential items in Eastern Palace.
We get some butter here.
In the Firebar room. That is number
nice
12.
And greasy.
We do not have any boomerangs to do any slick trick shots here in these rooms, so we have to do the boring cane strats.
That's unfortunate. I love seeing the boomerang strats there. So swaggy.
Ah, man. What a troll seed. That hint we've had for so long turned out to be nothing. Turned out to be a misdirection.
We got a mirror shield here as well.
Alright, the rando room has 4 chests for us. Let's see what it has. It has the big key. It does have the big key, and that is what? Chest number 14?
Yeah, I think it was 14.
Alright. So if you guessed 14, you did it, even though we didn't talk about it.
Yeah,
sorry about that.
We did talk about it, we didn't start the game. You don't win anything, but I guess you got it right.
Yeah. Looks like Zim Zim Bob won. Got it right. Even though we weren't talking about it. So yeah, we do have the Armos items. Hopefully, if the big key, or sorry, the bow isn't here, Mclagging does remember about that big chest.
Also, we have to do Armor's Knights without a bow here, so that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, Butter Sword does a decent amount of damage. Sword Beams, surprisingly enough, do a ton of damage on these guys, but Mclagging didn't have the health.
Burner is pretty good on those, so it would have made sense to pick it up just for those armors.
Alright, Ice Armos are down. We have 3 chests in here. We have a big key chest, or sorry, not a big key chest, a big chest. And then we have the tile room. Mclagging.
And it's just nothing here.
Mclagging remembers there's a big chest with his name on it.
And that's just a big 20.
Boo! I've never seen it. I've never seen the bow there. We got one more option here. The tile room bow. Which isn't as good as a big chest bow, but
yeah, it's still pretty tough. And the question is, if it's not here, what is he gonna do then? Where is he gonna go? Also, Matt really needs the bow to not be here in tile room. Because that would give him a chance to actually come back. Oh! Wow.
That is it. This the seed was at least somewhat merciful in having the bow inside of Ganon's tower, but Mclagging is now going upstairs.
And he does have a significant advantage now. And Matt really needs a Ganon fall from Mclagging to have a chance here.
Alright, Matt is going to do the same thing. I'm wondering if he's going to bet on tile room or if he's going to leave. Now, the thing about inverted mode is it's not that long to get back up to Ganon's tower. If he wanted to, and he might feel a bit behind after missing out on that cane, but he is actually going to be grabbing the bow.
Yeah.
Wondering where the red mail is at this point.
Yeah, probably in Eastern or Mire. Also, we haven't found a single boomerang. That's really sad.
Ah well. There's always next seed.
Yeah, and their second race is gonna be Key Sanity, I think. So they're gonna be checking even more locations then.
All in all, this is a pretty good time for what they had to go through. I mean, there's still 3 pendant dungeons uncleared, but they did have to go into Palace of Darkness. And I think they checked literally everything else.
I mean, Palace of Darkness being bow-locked so early saved them quite a bit of time. Just imagine they'd gone there again and doubled back in there, for example. It would cost a lot of time.
Beautiful wizard rooms by Mclagging.
Yes, he's been doing a really nice job getting up the tower here.
Interesting switching to the lamp instead of the fire rod. What with there being a full magic in the next room. I guess it saves you a little bit of time, but typically I'll just do the normal fire rod strats.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't want to grab a full magic.
No reason to check these chests. We have all the keys we need. We have all the items we need. Just need to get to Ganon and finish him off. Put him out of his misery. Not even powdering that anti-fairy.
That's interesting. I would have powdered that. But maybe he feels like it's a tight race and he doesn't want to waste even a single second there. That could be the case.
Alright, Moldorm 2 is down. Mclagging just has Aga 2, the geometry wizard, left before he faces the big pig himself. Whereas Matt is finishing off Lane Mode 2.
And chat's asking about the win-loss record of these runners. Mclagging is, I think, 1-2, and Matt is 1-3 before this race. There's some bad patterns here.
Alright.
Nice finish.
Agate 2 is down. Matt still needs to go through the torch room. So unless Mclagging takes a fall to Ganon, I think this is about it.
Yeah. And I mean, he has Butter Sword, he has Half Magic, he has the Cape, he has the Silvers.
I don't really get the geometry here. How does the bat fall into Hyrule Castle and come into this chamber?
That's interesting.
Wouldn't you be going into like the first floor of the castle? Whatever. So, Butter Sword Ganon is fairly simple. All you really need is 6 hits on every, or each of the first 2 phases. Looks like he's already done it.
Yeah, doing some nice hookshot strats there as well. It looks like Ganon is really nice today, not teleporting around.
Boy, did we find those light arrows. Mclagging's just gonna wait, try and bait out a triple, potentially.
I think it's at least a double. Yeah, it's a double. And
Nice.
nice.
And 4 silver arrows is all it takes. Mclagging brings down Ganon, and that is it for this race. Good games to Mclagging.
GG to Mclagging.
And yeah, Matt is not far behind. Again, this is a doubleheader. There will be no interview just yet. Once Matt finishes off Ganon, we'll be hopping out, being replaced by Kern and somebody.
I think Sir Link-a-Lot is the other one.
Yeah. But yeah, this pretty much just came down to that losing the portal in the desert area.
Yeah.
Because Matt wouldn't have had to have done a lot of the checks he did if he had just found that cane, unfortunately.
And he had.
But sometimes.
Yeah, he had the advantage from getting the cape early at that point. So, not really it's unfortunate for him.
Another relatively simple Ganon, 6 hits each phase. Gets hit by a fire bat, unfortunately. Next game is Key Sanity. I don't know what the other settings are, but it is Key Sanity, so they will have to find all the keys. At least all the keys needed to win. Kern is confirming it is just a regular Key Sanity, normal sword randomized Ganon goal.
So no crazy shenanigans on top of it.
Oh, Matt. This is a torch glitch, but it doesn't matter. Just one more hit on Ganon, and it will be all over.
Huh? Just misses.
Yeah, he can be a little, or the hitboxes can be a little wonky on Ganon. You have to hit him lower than you think you do.
Yeah.
But that's it. 4 silvers. Ganon's down. Good game to Matt.
GG Matt as well. Finishing around 3 minutes behind Mclagging here.
Alright, so we're going to be hopping off. I've been Ruble.
And I've been Haunted Quest.
And, yeah. See you next mission, which is going to be, like, right now.
Yeah, see you and have fun with the second race.